Guys, well, I want to dissect this body armor panel for you guys to see what's on the inside, see the rounds that it caught as well. You saw the previous videos where I shot it. Again, to recap, started with 22 long rifle, went up to 380 ACP, hit it with 38 special, 9mm, 45 ACP, and 357 Magnum. Okay, most of those rounds, the vast majority of those rounds were self-defense rounds, except for the 38 special. They're all jacket hollow points. Even at the end, the 357 Magnum with the polymer tips. So what I have here is what was already, shown on camera, but these are the 45s, 45 ACP, and you can see how when it mushrooms out, it's not like when it hits ballistic gel or flesh and bone and stuff. It doesn't actually mushroom completely out. It kind of just flattened and rounded the tips. All right, so there's the 45s. Here's one of the 22s. They got completely flattened. And then this, I was assuming, was one of the 357s. Not 100% on that, though. All right, so that's some of the rounds that popped out already. Because as you saw, this back portion split open. Okay, and obviously as I was reaching in there, it split even more. So let's cut this open the rest of the way. All right, and see what we got. So I want to show you this material, and again, see if we can find more of those rounds in there. All right, so here's what the material on the inside is. Oh, and here's another round in the back. I don't know if that, again, that's 357 Magnum or if it's a 9mm. Not sure offhand. All right, so the outer shell is literally just a protective case. That's all it is, some kind of cheap nylon. All right, so let's put that off to the side. Now this is the back of the plate. This is what's against your body, okay? And this would be what's facing outward, okay? So let's actually, let's do it from this angle. All right, so we're just basically gonna peel these layers off and see what we have in between them. So you can tell there's tons and tons of these fibrous material here, all right? And that's what's actually capturing these rounds. They're gonna pass through one or two sheets, depending on how much energy it has, and push through. Oh, here's one of those polymer 357 Magnums. All right, so if I kind of compare these two, the backs, this is probably the Golden Saber, and here's the polymer one, because you can see the polymer still attached to it on the side. Didn't do much with this vest. Here's the actual tip that split off. Interesting. So again, you can see all these different fibers in here. All right. There's another one. There's a few rounds in here. And again, they get deformed and stuff, so they kind of cut their way through a little bit. Not sure exactly which one this was. More shrapnel. All right. There's another round. We peel away. Layers here. And you can see this gets completely deformed here. All right. Another round. Here's one that stayed intact for the most part. All right, so again, there's just layers upon layers. As you peel these away, you'll see more trapped in between the layers. Again, just depends on how much energy it was, behind the rounds. Depends on how far it pushed through. Here's another polymer tip. A little speck of something. Here's another round. Here's another round on the back. This one kind of closed up. Interesting. Now these, you can see, are relatively intact. In fact, I don't know how many layers we peeled off, maybe 4 or 5. And it doesn't look like anything really passed through these. All right, so you can see the big indents, and that's something I want to again point out here. Is a lot of people were talking about the fact that when you get shot with one of these, it may not go through, but it's going to mess you up. Could break a rib, You know, it could, you know, bruise you heavily. And like I said, you could get skin lacerations where you're actually getting cut. The energy might split your skin open. But the idea here is not to protect you from being harmed. It's to protect you from being harmed much worse. That's the whole concept here, okay? And these are not reusable. Once they get shot even once, you don't want to wear them because it you know, ruins the integrity of them. Also, depending on, you know, brand and style and materials, they do have a shelf life as well. Something else to consider. But again, I mean, just many, many layers in here. But like I said, I don't see any holes or anything, so at this point I'm just peeling layers off. There's not going to be anything in them. But you can see how these work. There's all these woven layers, you know, is what gives you that stopping power. Very interesting. So yeah, as you can see though, here's the front of the plate, and obviously just some foam, I guess, to keep it in place. It's not doing much. But nothing passed through this vest, or not vest, but this particular panel. All right, so pretty interesting, very cool. Now this is supposed to be rated up to 44 Magnum. I do not have a 44 Magnum to shoot it with, but I do have another panel, and what I think I'm gonna do in the future, not sure when, but I'm gonna go ahead and try this again with the other panel, you know, 12 gauge slugs and maybe some rifle rounds, just for kicks. I mean, like I said, it's not meant to stop any of that, but we'll see. I don't know. I'm just thinking of different ideas I can utilize the other panel. If you guys have ideas, certainly let me know. But for now, like I said, it stopped everything I threw at it. And this isn't, of course, all the rounds. There were many rounds that fell out once that back split open. But just pretty interesting. Thought you guys would enjoy that. So if you're not into the gun stuff, you're into the knife stuff, stay tuned. I do have another review on the way. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you soon.